But before we get started, what do you think counselling is? What do your friend thinks counselling is? Most importantly, what do the society thinks about counselling? Let's have a look.
What is your perception on counselling?
Well, to me, I think whenever people face any trouble or problems, they may look for a counselor to settle their problem.
I think counseling is help a student to solve their problem and share the problem. Need help, counselor can motivate them to achieve their goal.
Counseling is very good because everyone has some kind of problem. So sometimes we just keep our problems to ourselves, and then we find that we become very sad, emotional, and all that. But it's always good to go and share it with somebody, tell somebody your problem, and that person can help you to clarify things sometimes. So that's what counseling is all about. It doesn't mean that when you go for counseling, that means you are something wrong with you, right? So actually, counseling is for everybody, normal people. So everybody they can go and share their problem with somebody. That's basically when you go for counseling, the counselor will just listen to you and maybe clarify certain issues, and finally you make the decision.
In my opinion, counseling is something like if you got something inside your heart, but you cannot randomly or chincai say to others, you may find a counselor to solve the problem, or you may something difficulty, you also may find them and it may solve the problem.
Counseling, I think, is a way to improve by others. They can help us to improve ourselves in terms of our own perceptions, where we can form better decisions through their guidance.
Counseling is like motivate people, those who are depressed, sad and everything. We motivate them to become happy. It's to solve their problem or something like that. Counseling is like not, it doesn't counter age. We can counsel from young to old.
Okay. Probably, let's say a person having problem initially. So when you're going to meet a counselor, you are telling what to do. Maybe at the start you do not know where you're going. Maybe you're heading to a wrong direction. So at least a counselor managed to tell you where to go, where to hit to be a better person, to the correct direction. Things like that, like advising you the steps, what other steps that you can have in your life, so that you can make your life better, study better, financially, how you manage your time, something like that.
Okay, for me, I think counseling is a place for you to find guidance, but normally no one will go to find that because no one will go to there because there is too hard for you to talk to a stranger personally.
Well, counseling actually is about sharing yourself, talking to another person. It's because a lot of people you see when you see talk about students, some students are shy, some students don't let out their feelings to others. Some just keep within themselves. So these kind of things, when you think about it, it's like they don't have a friend to talk to. So basically, what's the benefits from counseling over here is that they can share to someone who they don't know at all, right? Who they know at all, someone who they can trust in the immediate action. So they can whatever they can see. Students are facing a lot of financial problems, are facing a lot of depression. Maybe you can say nowadays common what they call puppy love problems. So they can share whatever stuff to someone who they really don't know, but actually they can eventually trust that person. So,
counseling basically is counsel those who have problems like social problems. I too have problems, so maybe sometimes I will go counseling.
There are many ways to explain counselling, but the one that's most appropriate would be that counselling is a professional relationship that empowers diverse individuals, families and groups to accomplish mental health, wellness, education and career goals. Now, let's move on to the roles of counsellor.
Counselors have many different roles. However, we summarize it into the three major roles. First one will be to listen. Actually, listening is more one-sided.
Listening
So I feel very sad.
Okay, I see.
And at appropriate times, counselor will rephrase what clients express.
So you are saying that your brother stole your chocolate?
So when the counselor listens with full acceptance and empathy, actually it's helping them to explore and understand and deal with their feeling effectively.
Okay, I know how you feel.
So this will allow clients to feel that he or she is being heard, and it will allow for any misunderstanding to be identified and corrected. So listening actually is not same as our daily conversation. As the counselor listen, they will plan a structured agenda in their mind to understand client better. Next, to guide. Counselors should not give advice and should not tell client what to do not give answers, and also do not fix their client problems. Counselor roles is to empower their clients to find their own answers and also guiding them to make their own decisions.
Let's sing along.
Come on.
I cannot tell you what to do, so I'll guide your way. Cause this is your choice, your decision, so I'll guide your way. Don't worry, come on. Come on. We almost reached the answer. Look, this is the answer. Yeah, my answer.
So this can provide a sense of direction to clients. Lastly, to support. A counselor, they should support clients to assess their life. Actually, they need to help to identify their goals.
Which one is your goal? Are you sure?
No. This one is fine.
Okay, are you sure this is your final decision? Congratulations, you have found your goal.
And also to recognize their strengths and weaknesses. Besides, the counselor also need to support clients to develop their self-awareness and individuality and also promote their well-being.
So now you know the major roles of counselor. But do you know that in different theories, roles of counselor are different? In this video, we've chosen 3 theories to explain. First is cognitive behavioral therapy, rational emotive behavioral therapy (REBT), and also family system therapy.
The first will be cognitive behavior therapy, also known as CBT. The counselor role is to listen, teach, and encourage. Other than that, the counselor do not tell the client what to do, but the counselor help the client to search their strength and use their strength to teach them how to solve their problems. Also, counselor help in the client to identify the long-term and also short-term goals. And together, they will continue to evaluate the progress and reach the goal. Lastly, the counselor will assist client in identifying behavior that are productive or have an undesirable impact on the client life, and then they will work with the individual to identify and test out the new behaviors. For example, counselor will ask clients to complete the simple homework assignment, usually involve reading.
One morning, a princess met a prince and they fall in love with each other, and they get married and they live happily ever after. The end.
And practicing certain techniques outside of therapies.
The next therapy is rational emotive behavioral therapy, is also known as REBT. This type of counselor role is to help clients make positive changes that help them lead more productive and fulfilling life. Counselor provides short-term, solution-focused treatment that help clients cope with their current problems while they develop healthier way of thinking and coping. In this therapy, Counselor needs to teach clients to challenge their own irrational beliefs, such as ABC framework. This ABC framework is to help them to reduce anxiety and develop a full range of ways to interact with others. This is the ABC framework, and A is the activating event. For example, I didn't complete my assignment and didn't manage to submit it on the due date. B is the individual belief about A. I'm an incurable procrastinator who will never meet my goal. So, B largely causes C, the emotional or behavioral consequences, either healthy or unhealthy. I feel low self-esteem and very disappointed of myself. That means A does not cause C, but is the B causes C. D is dispute, means counselor detect, debate and discriminate irrational belief from rational. So the counselor will ask, what makes you think like that? Did anybody say that you will never meet your goal because of this? E is the new thinking. If I manage to arrange my time properly next time, I can still complete my task on time and meet my goal. Lastly, F is new feeling. I feel better and more confident now.
Lastly, family system therapy. The counselors focus on the impacts of parents' own family, how family members relate to each other in the therapy hour. Counselors are also collaborators who work to join family from a position of mutual respect. Therapists first investigate the family constellation, the motivation behind the problematic interaction, and the family process throughout a typical day.
Miss, I tell you something, this doctor, oh my god, late night, you know, not 12 a.m.
Very early, you know,
12 a.m.
They want to my friends from 5 a.m. just come back home.
You 6 a.m. come back home, you still say 5 a.m.
So it's very early, ma. Everybody also like that one, lah.
Then everybody like that, everybody wear short pants go out,
Yeah, you go out and see, which girl you not wearing short pants? Got girl wear like long like that, cover all the head like that, like hantu lah.
When got people like that one?
As I was saying, after investigating, the counselors will help to develop interventions and recommendations, crime faulty goals, and to provide parents with parenting skills.
So now you guys have watched this video. I hope that you all have the better understanding on the role of counselor.
To end this video, all of us would like to encourage you to try to go for counseling
And maybe then you guys have different perception of counseling.
in a positive way.
Have a good day.
Bye. Next, right. Counselor do not give us. Kind advice. Not tell clients to do to make this answer. Either way, cause this is a choice, a decision, so I'll guide the way.
But before we get started, what is counseling? What do you think about counseling? What do your friends think about counseling? Most importantly, what do the society
Now that you all have known,
Sorry.
my daughter always go out late night one. Late night only go out. 12 a.m. only go out. Then wear the short this one, this short one.
This is fashion, Daddy.
Jalo fashion until the result pointed 2.5 only. You see?
You cannot always control me.
What you see the beside that girl 3.5, you get
Why you always say
2.5.
that girl?